Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Today we paint. Yep. Now a little while ago I was thinking, okay, I better get the red paint out here because I thought that this little wheel that we've got to do was probably going to be red. Turns out it's going to be black. And we do actually have the black paint that Trumpeter calls for. The number 18 of the Aqueous, or however you say it. And it's the same one, I guess, that we must have used for this little black wheel over here. But I had thought that it was supposed to be red. I don't know why I thought that. I guess my problem is I'm not checking the manual like I should. If I checked it a little better, I wouldn't get myself paint myself into corners. Like with this piece right here, when we had to mess around with that, lost a whole day. Okay, I think we have about just under 20 pieces altogether that we have to paint. Now this part here, I think I'll probably spray it. This has to be the 338. And from what I remember, the 338 does not brush well. At least I couldn't brush it well. So we'll take the time to spray it and see if there's anything else that has to be done to 338 at the same time. Maybe in step 48, although I don't know what. No, 48 looks like it's got mostly all small stuff except for maybe one of the hatch doors. Okay. Yeah, I think we're just about ready to go here. It's still dark outside. No use having the curtains open because I'm not going to see nothing except a black window. 7:25. Our walkers could be going by any moment if they're on the regular schedule. And from the looks of the way everything is lit up over there, I think they'll be silhouetted quite nicely against the morning, whatever it is, twilight. Okay. Yeah, we've got the camera ready for Missy the dog. I was noticing yesterday that when I was editing out the Missy the dog thing, I had a little spot on the lens, sort of a little fuzzy spot. Some of you may have noticed that. And so I thought about it this morning, and I took the little protective cover off, and I looked, and I thought, I've chipped the glass. In my mind, I was trying to think of, now, how could have I done that? So I got my magnification hood on. I'm looking at it real close, and I'm thinking, boy, that looks just like a little chip in the glass. And I was thinking, I don't remember banging it against anything that would have done that. And anyway, I just went on the lens and took my little fiber optic cloth there, and whatever it was, it's gone. So I feel a little bit better now, because those lenses are very expensive to replace. And I do have two different style of lens protectors, but I don't put them on because they do a little bit, especially the cheaper ones, they do kind of distort a little bit worse than it already is, but they also take away from the sharpness. So, okay. Once again, more details than you need. The weather for today, I don't know what it's going to be. I haven't checked the forecast. Yesterday, I did not get out on two wheels at all. I just wanted to take it easy with my leg, which is getting better. I'm sort of thinking, should I get out on the motorcycle today and just use my left leg instead of my right leg? And I'm thinking, I don't know. I'll see how I feel later this afternoon after everything is all wound up here and what the weather's like. Even if I could just go around the block a couple of times. Trying to get as much out of that bike as I can. Today, speaking of bikes, all being well, I should be getting the voltmeter. Remember I was talking about putting a voltmeter on my e-bike so that I could monitor the exact voltage? So if that comes before we wind her up, then maybe we'll take a look at that. If not, it'll be tomorrow. What I want to do with it is I want to get it out and compare it for accuracy against two other meters that I have that I think are probably pretty accurate. And like this kind. And I've also got the one, the meter that the voltmeter that's on that adjustable power supply. And I'll just check all three of them at the same time. And I'll do it on camera. It'll be kind of fun. Anyway, let's get into painting here. Try and get all the painting done. I don't see why we shouldn't. I'll try not to be talking during it. So what I'll do is I'll be just playing the painting music. I don't have much of a repertoire of painting music, so some of you might be thinking, gee, we're hearing the same songs over and over and over again. Well, it's either that or nothing. Maybe I'll have to go onto the YouTube audio library and download a bunch of new stuff. It's hard to find anything that I enjoy, though. For instance, one of the other creators who I view, the type of music he likes, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I can't stand that. But he likes it, and he probably thinks the music that I like, that's so old-fashioned and soft, and yeah, well, we're all different, right? Some people like to make model ships, other people like to make model cars, some people like to make wooden boats, some people like to knit. I once knew a guy that knit, or maybe I didn't know him personally, but my dad did, and he actually knitted. Apparently, there's a bit of an art to it. I didn't realize that. Okay, we're not going to start knitting. Don't worry. Okay, let's get out of here. I think that one thing I wasn't sure of. Am I going to be using the 77 or the 66 for these smaller parts? And I think what I'm going to go and do is I'm going to go up there and look in my module, the last module we built, and see, well, which one did we last use? I guess it wouldn't really matter, would it? As long as all of the stuff sort of matched in the module, in the unit. Because basically you're only looking at one at a time. Unless you're way back at a distance, you don't really see all the modules at the same time, and if you're that far back, you're not going to be able to tell whether it's 66 or 77. Okay, enough here. I think we're talked out. Yeah, let's get at it here. Okay, it has come early. It has come quite early. Jeff, what are you doing here to me? Okay, got it. Okay, the picture on Amazon, it showed that there was two of them. I thought that maybe that wasn't the way it was. I should have got these in the first place. Well, let's not cut the wire. All right, let's hook them up and see how they all compare. Now, I already know that these two items are very close together. I think they're within 1% of being different, which is pretty good. Okay, let's reset up and recompose and try and get it set up so we can see all four readouts at the same time. At least that's the plan. Okay, I'm just going to double check here and make sure I don't have any wires touching together that shouldn't be. That looks like it's going to be all right there. And this is all okay here. I know it looks like a real bunch of spaghetti, but everything's okay. I have not tried this yet. I'm not 100% sure if I've got these the right way up, but there is lettering on the top here, and I think I've got them right side up. If not, well, okay, so turn on that one. Alrighty. And I think we're ready to boogie here. Let's get our voltage turned right down. Now this thing only goes up to about 30 volts, but it should give us an idea, you know, if they're similar. And then we'll get the bicycle battery up here and check them against that. These are supposed to be, according to Amazon's website, go from, you know, I think it was 4 to 100 volts. So anyway, here we go. Oh. Always something, always something. Well, you know me, I tell it like it is. There we go. All right. So what do we got going on here now? Turn our voltage up. Well, you can see that's pretty close. Okay, this says 1.62, and that says 1.63. That's what? That's very close together. Oh, they're starting to glow. I can see right now we're going to have a problem. This is going to be hard to see this is going to be really hard to see in the daylight. Well, let's crank it up a bit here. Okay, I can just barely read that. It looks like 14.9, 14.9. This is 14.9. Well, hey, these things are pretty accurate. Let's go all the way up here. Okay, I think that's as much as we can get out of it here. Okay, 31.6, 31.55, that's pretty close. 31.5, 31.5. Well, okay, offhand, I'd say that these are really accurate. The problem is, I'm not going to be able to read them in the daylight. No, I'm not going to be able to read them in the daylight. And that is too bad. I was anticipating having them fastened somewhere on the handlebar so that I could constantly monitor it, but they're just you know, no matter how you look at it, they're just really dim. Let's get the battery pack out here and see how bright they are with 50 volts or 48 volts. Okay. Maybe I'll turn this all the way down, just in case the next time I use it I forget and I burn something out. Yeah. I'm really pleased that they're so accurate, but what I'm not pleased about is the fact that you can't read them. I am sorry, Missy. I am so sorry. I apologize with all my heart. Morning, Max.
Good morning, Rob.
I know, I'm supposed to apologize to you, right?
No. You're not the important person.
I saw you go out, and then I got sidetracked. And oh my goodness.
Oh, she's very efficient today.
You're very efficient, are you? Okay.
She doesn't like cloudy days. She takes whatever shortcut she can.
Yeah. Yeah, she was here a little sooner than usual. Yeah.
All the snow is off your car.
Yeah.
Rainey said, see? She said, we always get snow on Remembrance Day.
Yeah, that's right. Remembrance Day today.
The Y doesn't open until 1. And Rainey and Nathan are going to go down to the cemetery to visit the graves of both her mom and her former husband.
Oh, okay.
It's Nathan who's really nostalgic.
Oh, okay.
So he goes there and drags Rainey with him.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, there's one on the floor, Missy. Did you know there's one on the floor? Yeah, one on the floor. Oh, you got it. Okay, I'll tell you what. we've got the broken ones here. Yeah, we've got the broken ones here. Let's.
Did you mix in some?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I suppose I could go to my my grandfather's grave, and he's in the old Kildonan Cemetery, and he fought in both the Boer War and the First World War.
Wow.
And when the Second World War came along, they wouldn't take him. He was too old.
Wow. He was a real warrior.
Yeah, and yet he was a very quiet fellow.
Yeah. And he came out of the service in between the wars, eh?
Yeah, he actually met my grandmother when they were in the First World War, I guess it would have been, in around just before. She was over in England.
Mm-hmm.
Grandma was actually from Dublin, Ireland, and she was taking nurses training in London, and that's where he met her.
Was he wounded or anything?
No. I don't know how they met, but they did. They were together for all their lives. Yeah, all their lives.
Where's the old Kildonan Cemetery?
It's Well, Missy, did you enjoy that? Was that good? Was that good? All right, time to go now?
Bobby, house? Thanks, Rod.
Okay, we'll see ya. Oh yeah, all the frost is melted.
All the snow is gone. That's the last of the snow for the winter, Rod.
I think I see blue sky.
Yes. It'll be nice, cool, but nice.
Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, we got our heavy duty battery going on here, and get ourselves readjusted. I was just in the process of getting set up, and my doorbell rings. Yeah, I wasn't ready. Okay, let's recompose. Okay, I'm using the helping hands here to keep these two from touching. And if you're worried about the alligator clips going all the way through and shorting out these two wires, it's too much rubber. That's not going to happen. Okay. Now, whoops. Put that back on there. Now, doesn't want to stay on. There. Okay, the key is on, so we should have power coming to this. Yeah, key is on. Now, this is the first time I'm trying this, so you're going to see it along with me for the first time. Make sure that nothing's going to short out here anywhere. Okay, now we got the negative, and we've got the positive. Okay. 51.33 on the one that's probably the most accurate, and the other two, one says 51.4 and the other says 51.2. But like I say, they're not very bright. I think I'm going to send these back. I don't like to do that, but if they're not going to work, I mean, what's the use of having them in my toolbox where I keep all this kind of stuff? Yeah, now I know it is very bright here at the model table, but it's not as bright as daylight. Well, that's disappointing. Yeah. Although maybe what I should do is try them outside. Maybe they are bright enough to read. Maybe I'll do that and I'll just let you know. Yeah. Okay, here's another thought. I wonder how long this thing runs before it automatically powers itself down. And another thing I'm wondering is, will my cell phone holder fit it? Or can it be made to fit somehow here? No, it's just slightly too long. But I think I could fasten it in there with a rubber band. You know, something like this would work. I don't see why it wouldn't. Well, maybe a different rubber band, but you get the idea. Or maybe even good old duct tape. And I could mount this on my handlebar. Now, there is the thought that it could be that the vibration from the bike shaking is not good for this. It's just a thought. I'm just thinking about it. It's a possibility. And then I would return these. Although I hate to return these because they're not really new anymore. The packaging is, all screwed up, and I hate to return stuff, and somebody would say, well, Amazon has free returns. Well, you think, well, yeah, but they do work, and they're extremely accurate. And the thought is, well, Jeff is a billionaire, the guy that owns Amazon. He's not hurting any, but you know what? It's probably not going to hurt Jeff at all, one way or the other. But maybe the little outfit that supplied these through Amazon is gonna suffer. I don't know. It just stuff like that. I just can't get my head around it somehow. Maybe I'm not normal. Normal is return it. Who cares? My thinking is maybe that's why we're running around wearing red hats saying make us great again, because we've lost all integrity and honesty and hard work. I don't know. But that's just my opinion. And I'm probably wrong. Anyway, let's paint. Okay, I think I'm going to use the 66. I think that'll be dark enough to highlight these pieces. And an interesting thing happened here just a moment ago. I was getting myself all set up, and I was going to stir this jar of paint, and Missy the dog comes to the door. I know you can't see the clock, but it's just after 1 o'clock, and she usually comes by around this time, and also later in the late afternoon or early evening. Anyway, just as I opened the door for Missy, Max drove up with his car. Well, that completely distracted Missy, and she went tearing outside, forgot all about her treat. It was the funniest thing. Max had to come into the house to lead her in here, so to speak. It sort of made me wonder just how bad does she want that. Anyway, she was so excited to see him. He'd been out somewhere in his car. Okay, you know what? I just don't feel like painting. Yeah, it's kind of nice this afternoon. I'd like to get out a little bit if I could. What was I going to say here? Oh yeah, I did go out a little while ago. Mark Livingston was talking about the bird feeder and reminded me that, oh my goodness, I haven't looked at the bird feeder for the longest time. So I went out and looked at the bird feeder. Let's go do that, and then we're going to wind it up for today. I know this isn't much about the model ship or painting or anything, is it? But possibly tomorrow's episode will be, you might say, better or different or more to your liking. It's the way she goes. That's the way she goes. Okay, let's take a look in the backyard. Okay. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a different episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll be back to normal tomorrow.